everyone coming back. So happy to have you here. We've had a long week. Tonight is Friday night, so hopefully you guys are getting situated and ready for the weekend. I'm Dr. Robyn, your sleep health coach and clinical pharmacist. I'm here to help you to get the most amazing sleep ever. So welcome to our live tonight. And we are going to send out a few notifications as usual. So let me go ahead and get that going while we're waiting for folks to pop on the live. And we'll go ahead and get that started. And here we go for that. Let's see. I see some likes starting to come in. Thank you for liking the live, coming in. Go ahead and like the live. And while we're getting started, I'm going to do my commercials. I usually intersperse them in between. We're going to get those started first. SleepWell RX, we have introduced our first premier product, our organic lavender sleep spray. So this is a really great product to add to your bedtime routine. I created this because a lot of my clients were using, things maybe from the dollar store, from other stores that were not good, clean, healthy products for getting a good night's sleep. I wanted to use something that's really known to be effective. So the lavender is time-tested and true, known to be effective. Also, aromatherapy is really powerful treatment for all of us. Also, in addition to this, I think I showed you all this last week, we all can probably use a little bit of more relaxation right now. This is our lavender mint relaxation stick. So we're going to be adding this to our website really soon here coming up. So definitely, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Definitely comment below if you're interested. Go to SleepWell RX. This is where we'll have our products, sleepwellrx.com, where you'll be able to get these at amazing prices. We definitely have priced these right so that you're getting high quality and getting a really good bang for your buck, as they say. So we're gonna go ahead. Let's see, I think I sent this out to Instagram already. We'll go ahead. Let's see, we sent this out to YouTube, to Facebook. Okay. I don't know if anyone here is on Thread, so go ahead and send it out to that. So we got all of that. I see some of you are starting to come into the live. Good. Definitely subscribe to SleepWell RX if you're looking to really maximize and get the most amazing sleep you can get in order to wake up every morning to just really take over your day, take charge, and be really prepared. So I know so many of you who watch me, you're really getting in things and really doing things right. You're setting a bedtime routine for yourself. You're being consistent with that routine. You've been trying out some comfy mattresses, switching over to getting all cotton and all, really natural fabrics in. For your fabrics. None of that polyester so that your skin can breathe at night. You're using your blue blocker glasses so that you don't get all of those, stuff into your eyes that are blue light, which actually causes us to have decreased melatonin. So you're doing everything right. So definitely. Yes, I see some people popping in the live. Hi, Rose. Welcome to the live. Thank you for coming. So tonight we're going to look at our nighttime snacks ruining your sleep. So these are things we're going to look into. If you find yourself, you're waking up at 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning, you're staring at the ceiling, you can't get good sleep, you're in the right place today. So we're going to talk about, some of the hidden truths of what eating nighttime snacks can do to you. We're going to talk about some of the allure of why we're craving some of these nighttime. That's you? Yes, Rose. Good. I'm glad you're here. And it's 2 a.m. Where are you? Okay, so it is 8 p.m. Where are you at right now? Someone said it's 2 a.m. where they're at. I'd love to hear where you are located at in the world right now, to find out, where you are experiencing this. Oh, okay, in the UK, that is right. Yeah, you guys are 2 a.m. right now. So you're up right now. So you definitely, hopefully you can really find some helpful information right now. We're going to talk about some of the worst offenders for some of the food. And the 6:07 for me for so, yes, it's okay. It's still daytime for you. And I have my notes as always. So it's 6:07 for you. That's good to see. Good. Thank you all for all the likes that are coming in. Thank you so much. And Voice said they have an awful sleep schedule. Getting that sleep schedule down is so important to helping you to move forward, to really feeling well rested. Sleep is a foundation of our health. It is a foundation. Hi, I see Memphis is checking in. Thank you for checking in, Memphis. Awesome. Be sure to subscribe to our channel, SleepWell RX, where we're going to talk about our nighttime snacks right now. So we're going to dive into it. We're going to look at how late night food really disrupts rest in terms of our sleep at night. We're going to look at some of the worst foods. If you have the munchies, there are some options, but there's some that are definitely no-goes. And we're going to look at some of the healthier swaps that we can use. So at the end of the day, we are feeling cravings, okay? We're feeling all of these cravings. Oh, I see somebody. Greetings from Huntsville. Hey, welcome, Troy from Huntsville. Awesome. Yes, I'm a clinical pharmacist and I'm a sleep health coach. And a lot of people wonder, how did you get into that? Well, one of the things as a pharmacist, when we're working behind the counter, and I did a lot of years in retail pharmacy, we are always asked various questions concerning various products out on the floor, whether those are products, for cough and cold season, for allergy season. One of the things that kept coming up over and over again was sleep products. There were over-the-counter sleep products. Customers wanted us to show them, where the section was. Hello. Thank you. Definitely hit the like button as you're coming into the live. I see more people popping on in. Definitely. Yeah. Someone just expressed that they had issues concentrating at their particular job because they weren't getting good sleep. That's definitely here. So you're definitely at the right place. So usually at the end of the day, we're feeling these cravings, and it was usually for sweetness that we want. And this can actually go down to spiritual levels, okay? So we have issues where we're craving, ice cream, we're craving chips, we're craving cookies, brownies, and, donuts, sweets. Spiritually, if we've had a rough day and we haven't gotten that sweetness that as humans we need for the day, we need a certain amount of kindness, gentleness, sweetness. If we haven't gotten that for that day, we're going to crave it from our foods. And the chips, a lot of times we crave the need to crunch on something when we're frustrated. So right now we're at the end of the week. Friday night, we probably had a busy, long week. We want to crunch on something. We want to eat those chips, those cookies, those ice creams. So we're definitely going to look at some of the reasons why that late night snack. Really 4 major reasons. So one of the first reasons is eating before bedtime. This particular activity will actually raise your body temperature. Why is that a no-no? One of the issues with that being a no-no, and someone said they like Takis. Okay, Takis are highly toxic. It's hard to get a good night's sleep and have great health if you're always eating Takis. And someone else said they love Takis, so we have a lot of Taki eaters in the... Okay, so we're going to look at some alternatives to that because those, if you just read them, we have red number 40, high fructose corn syrup, yellow number 1. We have all of these chemicals, high salt. We have really just dangerous chemicals that are entering the body if you are a person that is just eating Takis. So that is definitely something you want to subscribe here tonight so that you can get on a good track of you detoxing yourself off of Takis and other junk foods. It is hard for us to have good mental health, physical health, emotional health if we're filling our bodies with those particular items. So definitely you're in the right place. So we were talking about digestion versus rest. So one of the things is when you're eating before bedtime, this is going to pick up your metabolism, because your body needs to really metabolize and break down what you just ate. So it's going to raise your body temperature. This is a problem because a raised body temperature makes it difficult for you to go to sleep. We talked about for sleep to start, you actually have to have a lowered body temperature. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Rose. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate you guys. You guys are so nice and sweet to me. So you are going to want to definitely curb that, okay? You're definitely going to want to curb that because too, your body, if you're eating, a large amount and big snacks before bed, you are going to find that your body's going to spend more time digesting and breaking that down, and it's not going to have that time to actually really focus on rest, okay? Resting and just soothing and calming down because it's busy digesting those foods. And this can actually delay when you start sleep. So if you're one of these people that tosses and turns and you said, when I lay my head down on the pillow, I just can't seem to go to sleep right away. And then there's those people, they go to sleep the second their head hits the pillow. But there are a lot of people, they're tossing and turning. One of the major reasons is because you're too hot. And that can really be caused because of that nighttime snack that's getting you kind of heated up, getting that metabolism going because it needs to break that food down before you go to sleep. And raising that temperature is going to cause you issues. Number 2 is the circadian rhythm. Our circadian rhythm is just a fancy word for the internal clock that we all have. We all have this internal clock. Where, we have certain things that we're supposed to be doing during the day. When we see that sunshine, that internal clock gets alert, it gets woken up. We actually get a spike and an increase in cortisol, which is normal during the beginning of the day to get us up, going, and ready. The problem with cortisol, and cortisol is not a bad hormone. The issue with cortisol is if we keep cortisol going, all day long and keeping it high, and especially before sleep. So definitely, eating at those appropriate times will definitely help to center the circadian rhythm, in addition to getting that light into our eyes. So if we're eating big meals, I'm always telling people your biggest meal should be that cutoff time about 2 to 3 hours before bed, so that your body has plenty enough time to do the digestion process and break it down and stay on an appropriate circadian rhythm for sleep. Insulin spikes can actually delay particularly your melatonin. And so if you're eating a high sugar snack before bed, your insulin's gonna spike up, and this is gonna delay the melatonin secretion in your body before going to bed at night. And this is gonna make it harder to go to sleep. We all know melatonin is one of our major hormones for helping us to get to sleep at night. But if we're going to bed and we're having cookies, brownies, donuts, sugary snacks, candies, whatever it is, this can another way that can hamper. So we went over the first way, digestion. The body's too busy breaking things down and can't get to rest. Also in that digestion process, your metabolism is increasing so that it can help to break things down, giving you a higher baseline temperature. We need lower temperatures to get a good night's sleep. So definitely keep that in mind. Definitely the next thing is discomfort. If you have any issues with nighttime snacks, but some of your favorite snacks may cause you discomfort. I know I have lactose intolerance. So I know if I want ice cream before bed, that is not a good idea unless I'm eating, definitely dairy free or something of that nature. Spicy foods, fatty foods can definitely give you issues with indigestion, can give you issues with heartburn. So this can cause you to toss and turn and have issues getting a good night's sleep. The next one is we want to talk about late night carbs actually and causes you to have issues with definitely regulating your metabolism and regulating your weight in general. They interfere greatly with nighttime repair because that body is spending so much time trying to break those things down. So some of the biggest culprits, we'll go and talk about that now. Let's do a quick review. We talked about how, you find yourself, you're doing all of the sleep hygiene things. And we did a great video where we did A to Z sleep hacks. We went over all of the sleep things you should be doing, doing your hour down, your countdown, where you're doing your power down hour, where you're calming yourself down, relaxing, alerting body, mind, and soul that it's time to get a good night's sleep. You're also taking a good time to, lower that body temperature because those cool temperatures help you to sleep. So you're taking, that hot shower. And I know it sounds kind of indicated when you say a hot shower or hot bath, but immediately after that, the body begins cooling itself down, making it so easy to get a good night's sleep. We talked about in the very beginning, I'll do a quick plug again, definitely visit SleepWell RX to get some amazing sleep products to add to your sleep routine in the evening. I spray this in the evening in the air, a little bit on my sheets. I have to be careful spraying this during my live. I start getting a little drowsy. And we have this already on our site. We're introducing a new product to help with relaxation. So this is a roller ball. So you're gonna shake this up, the roller ball, and put it anywhere you have tension. And it helps to relax some of this tension that you may be feeling that is causing you to have a bad night's sleep. So you're gonna put this on your neck, on your shoulder area, on your back of your neck. You can even go up here if you're prone to getting, a headache before bed, your temple area. These are great areas to put these at. Once again, sleepwellrx.com has all of this for you. Definitely hop over there and check these out. So we talked about, after a hard day work, we do have these cravings. We're craving salty products. We're craving, high sugary products, something to crunch on. But we definitely need to be careful. And I went over some of the 4 major reasons. Number 1 is the digestion versus rest, that your body, hi, thank you for Fog Miss, hi, from going over from Israel. Definitely, I see a lot of new people hopping on tonight. Subscribe to this channel if you are looking to maximize your sleep so that you have enough focus, energy, and you can concentrate. Wake up every morning ready to take on your day. And does someone ask, does this oil work with a cigarette? No, this isn't an oil that you'll put into one of those vaping cigarettes. This is strictly a roller ball for areas of tension. So if you've been typing all day and you need to kind of relax some of the, your muscles here, your muscles in your hand, that's what this is for. But this isn't one of those types of oils. But thank you for your question. Thank you so much. Be sure to put, if you're having questions, I'm loving you guys' questions and your interaction tonight. Put the questions down below. Let me know what you're thinking. If you have any questions about the products or what we're talking about. We talked about that this interrupts with your circadian rhythm, getting that nighttime snack. Also, discomfort in terms of your body digestion if you're having a spicy snack. A high-fat snack. If you know you're allergic to certain foods, but you're kind of craving it, like if you want ice cream before bed, definitely we're going to talk about some alternatives if you have issues with definitely having lactose intolerance. This can keep you up all night. Lactose intolerance can be very painful. It's not just slight intolerance. It can be painful, can have issues with flatulence. It can just be a highly discomforting experience that will keep you up. So we talked about the worst offenders, our high-fat foods. So that's your ice creams, ice cream sandwiches, looking at, cookies, cakes, brownies, chips, okay? We talked about that these effects, they reduce sleep restoration, and they can lead to grogginess, where if you're finding up that you're waking up in the morning and you're wondering, why am I feeling groggy? I got 8 hours of sleep last night. It could because your body was spending a lot of that time trying to digest some of that food, and now you're waking up groggy. It can also increase sleep disturbances if you're having some of these nighttime snacks. So it just creates a vicious cycle. So this poor sleep, then the more junk food cravings you eat, then you go eat more junk food, which gives you poor sleep, and then you wake up and want more junk food. It's a horrible, horrible, vicious cycle to be definitely wary of. So we're going to talk about some smart choices if you do find that you need a nighttime snack. Oh, thanks for coming back. Thank you. Be sure to subscribe to our channel, SleepWell RX, if you're finding this helpful. Good information. We're happy to have you back in. And thank you. You guys are giving me so many likes tonight. Thank you. I think I got 10 likes already. I appreciate it. Thank you. So we're going to keep going. Now, there are some people who really, really should have a nighttime snack. So if you're finding you're doing a lot of intermittent fasting during the day, you may see that you're waking up in the middle of the night because your blood sugar is plummeting. And your body is waking you up saying, hey, wake up, we are plummeting here. It's really a survival mechanism, okay? Your body is wondering, are we gonna make it through the night? Just in case we don't, we are going to actually wake you up to get a snack, wake you up with the hunger feeling. So if you're a person that you say, you're on the run, you're not eating like you should be eating, you're not getting all the calories, a nighttime snack may be a good idea for you to help you to sleep. But it's the kind of snack that we're going to look at. So we're going to look at some different types. I always recommend, especially during this time of year, we're getting some of those end of the season fruits. Some of them are so sweet and delicious right now. So if you can get a hold of some cherries, and it doesn't have to be the tart cherries. The tart cherries have the high in melatonin, but the regular cherries have melatonin too. Grapes are another one. I just got a big bag of organic grapes downstairs. I'm going to be having that when I get off this live with you guys. That is going to be a delicious, delicious treat. That's one reason why people find that wine can be a sedative for them. However, the alcohol in the wine causes them to stay up throughout the night. It's actually a dehydrator, so it can definitely dehydrate you, cause you to use the bathroom throughout the night. It can also, they found that when they've done various sleep studies, wine can definitely cause a person to have what they call disrupted sleep architecture. And that's just a fancy word for all of your sleep phases are kind of out of sync and disrupted throughout the night. This is the reason why after, sometimes people, they find that alcohol is a sedative. They could still wake up really groggy on the wrong side of the bed, as they say. So definitely take your time. If you're going to have alcohol, have it with your meal about 3 hours earlier. So it gives that body that time to break that down, okay? So we're going to look at snacks. If you just, you do need that nighttime snack. You're not getting enough calories during the day. You're doing a lot of intermittent fasting during the day. You have a bad schedule where you're just not eating regularly and healthy enough. A nighttime snack may be a good idea so that your blood sugar doesn't plummet in the middle of the night. So we talked about fresh fruits. A quick banana can be a good snack. We don't want a big heavy meal, right? I always tell people to look at kind of like the palm of their hand. If your snack can fit in there, that's a good size snack for a nighttime snack. So bananas can be a good idea. Grapes, cherry, even kiwi has a good amount of melatonin in that. So some of these are really good snacks. I found this out, the hard way. I would get up in the morning, maybe have a healthy bowl of oatmeal, cut up a little banana in it, put a little honey, and I wondered why, I would be sleepy at like 7:15. Like I just had breakfast and now I'm sleepy again. How do I wash for? Okay, nice. And so I wondered to myself, what's going on with oatmeal? Where oatmeal itself definitely helps to have, it has some natural tryptophan and natural melatonin in it. And so does, your bananas, they have natural magnesium, which helps to relax you. So looking at these particular foods, this is actually an oatmeal with banana and a little honey. Honey has a little natural melatonin. It's a great nighttime snack. A small amount, not a giant bowl of oatmeal, which you're going to be digesting all now. A small bowl is a great idea for a nighttime snack. Almonds are another thing. If you're craving something a little bit creamier, you know, a dairy such as a yogurt, not a high sugary yogurt or a high sugary ice cream. You want to definitely look at, you know, some of the thicker yogurts that have more nutrients, like some of the Greek yogurts. So if you are going to have some nighttime snacks, even the almonds, some of the different nut families, pistachios surprisingly have a high amount of melatonin. I think they're one of the nuts that have one of the highest melatonins in it. So looking at small snacks, once again, about the size of the palm of your hand, and that'll differ from people to people. Some people can have a little bit bigger snack, some smaller, but that'll kind of gauge in terms of helping you with that, so that you don't have, like, you know, a big fat heavy meal or anything like that. And hi, I see more people popping into the live. Welcome, welcome. Be sure to hit the subscribe and the notification button. We go live multiple times a week, so that help you, to give you the great tips and hints for wonderful health. I'm Dr. Robyn. I'm a clinical pharmacist and sleep health coach, helping you to get the most amazing, amazing sleep ever. So, oh, thank you for subscribing. Thank you. I appreciate it. Definitely, definitely. So we went over some of the snacks if you're going to have. One of the rules of thumb, a small snack, again. Fresh fruits are easier for you to digest. Fresh fruits also come with their own enzymes in them, so your body's not expending a lot of energy. So, you know, apple slices are a good idea. Bananas are slices. Grapes. Looking at, you know, cherries, different things like that are really, really, really good ideas. So, and someone just asked, are potatoes healthy? Potatoes in, you know, a certain amount of quantity can be healthy. They can spike blood sugars. And before you go to bed, they're kind of a high starchy food. They're usually not good unless we're putting butter and salt and stuff in them, which, you know, it can be fine for dinner. But as a bedtime snack, I think that's kind of heavy and a high starchy food for a midnight snack. Yeah, so that's a very good question. Thank you for that. I say fresh fruits are probably one of your best bets. Again, because fresh fruits have their own enzymes in them where they start breaking themselves down. So it's not using all of your body's energy, even more so than frozen fruits. I know. So I do like to make, you know, a small smoothie sometimes before bed, but I like to make sure it has fresh fruits in them as well, because you're going to get your more enzymatic pack for that. So more enzymes will help actually break down the fruits faster, metabolize them faster in the body. And which is nice about the freshness of these fruits is that they come with their own enzymes already. They won't have to pull from your body's energy reserves in order to do that. So we'll go over just some basic things. We already talked about if you're having, you know, your big meal, your dinner. Your big meal, your dinner for the evening should be about 3 hours before you go to bed. If you are a person that says, I just have to have my glass of wine, I have clients who come to me who say, you know, I have to have that glass of wine, that's fine. Having it with dinner is best, okay? Once again, it's going to give you that 3-hour window of time to actually digest, break things down, metabolize everything. Definitely setting a cutoff time for big meals is important. So if you're going to bed, like I'm going to go to bed at 10 tonight, I've already had my big dinner. That was 7 p.m. Right now, I'm going to definitely have that cutoff time. So I'm going to have a snack before bed. Like I said, I'm going to do the grapes. I'm going to have the amount that's about the size of the palm of my hand. They're fresh grapes, not frozen. So they're going to have their own enzymes in them to help break them down. Grapes have natural melatonin, so I'm going to get drowsy after eating it. I'm going to spray my room with a little bit of this and definitely have an amazing night's sleep. You want to limit the unhealthy snacks. So we definitely talked about that. If you do need that snack, that's okay. But limit those unhealthy ones, like the ice cream, the chips, the cookies, the cakes, the donuts, basically the junk food snacks. Those need to be limited, okay? Track your patterns. If you keep all my clients have their own sleep journals, and they also track their food, because what you eat affects how you sleep. Someone in here came, they talked about they love Takis. They just finished the whole bag. Again, Takis are junk food, and there's tons of junk food everywhere. Even your local health food store, as much as I hate to say it, it's junk food inside of there. It's, labeled as healthy, but it's junk food still. So definitely be careful. Read your labels, and making sure that you are getting good sleep. I see someone new popped on. Hi, Jenny. Good to see you. Thanks for coming back. All of our new faces tonight, definitely be sure to subscribe right here to SleepWell RX, where we help you to get the most amazing sleep ever. Definitely visit our website, sleepwellrx.com, for your organic lavender sleep spray today, so that you can spray this and have an amazing aromatherapy experience of using lavender, organic, all natural lavender, to soothe, relax, and help to get most amazing sleep. You're also going to look at, I always challenge my clients, are you bored while you're eating? Are you really thirsty? There's an amazing good book called Your Body's Many Cries for Water. A lot of times when we're reaching and eating for food, we really need water. So getting a small amount of hydration. Once again, we don't want to gulp gallons of water before bed. That's going to ruin our sleep, because we're going to get up throughout the night and use the restroom. But if we need to wet our palates, that's a great idea. We may just need to have a few sips of water. And definitely, are you really hungry, or are you just bored eating? Are you doing stress eating? Okay. Are you doing just the opposite, stress non-eating, which will plummet the blood sugar level and waking you up in the middle of the night? So definitely be honest with yourself. Jot these down in your journal to see where you're at in this process. And finally, you want to look at some alternatives to add to your bedtime routine. If you find, okay, I'm eating out of boredom, maybe you could read a good book. Maybe I always tell people, plan some fun and laughter into your day. After you get through watching this educational video, go on YouTube, watch something funny, something that's going to cheer you up. Maybe you're just missing some happiness, and we're looking, a lot of us reach for food for happiness, when we can get that in other ways, so that we aren't really damaging our health with especially unhealthy food choices. So definitely, I want to thank everybody here. We'll do a quick recap. Occasional healthy snack before bed is okay. Once again, small, fresh fruits are the best, so that your body doesn't do a lot of breaking down. We definitely want to get rid of those frequently where we're eating junk food every night. Definitely look at getting off of that and detoxing yourself out of that habit. The key is really having good balance, mindfulness, being aware of why you're eating, okay? So we want to choose smarter, so that we can sleep deeper, have amazing quality and quantity of sleep, so that we can wake up ready to take on our world, okay? So I'm going to see if there are any other questions that I missed. Let me see. If you have any questions, you're watching right now, definitely let me know if there's any questions. Let's see. Someone says, okay, ask what products. I actually spray this on my skin. It's safe enough to use on the skin. I love products that double on the skin. So someone asked me, I love lavender for the skin. I also use a rose spray. So some of those different things. Someone asked about that. And someone said, what do you use in your hair? I use very few products. I'm not a big person that uses a ton of things in their hair. I use very few products. My goal is to limit the amount of toxins that I put into my body and on my body. We are absorbing a lot of the things, a lot of the products. A lot of the products that are available on the market are what they call endocrine disruptors, okay? And this means it's really disrupting, causing problems, wreaking havoc on our endocrine system. when we're producing various hormones. They're also causing, some of the people are wondering, are we getting a lot of other issues with it? People are seeing growth of various diseases. Diseases that we didn't see years ago could actually be caused by some of the personal care things that we're using on our bodies, on our skin, on our hair. So definitely, definitely, definitely. Someone said, I'm going to use natural cosmetics. So one of the natural cosmetic lines I like to use, I'm trying to think, do I have it in my cosmetic bag in the other room. It's called 100% Pure. And they use fruit extracts to make, I have some of their lip gloss on now. They use fruit extracts to make like lip glosses and blushers. And I use them for my eyeliner. My eyes get really sensitive. It doesn't like regular eyeliner at this stage of my life. And so I use their fruit eyeliners. So these are some really, right now in this day and age, we have a lot of good, healthy products available to us. Sometimes we have to go searching for us. They may not be in our local drugstore. We have to, do a deep dive and go searching for them. So that we can definitely make sure we're treating ourselves right, detoxifying, and really using the cleanest, best products available for the best health available. So yeah, so thank you for coming on the live tonight. If you haven't done so already, hit that notification bell. Be sure to subscribe to SleepWell RX so that you can wake up every morning ready to take on your day. Be careful with those late night snacks. We went over all of that tonight. It's okay to have that occasional small fresh fruit snack. Stay away from all the junk food snacks, those cakes, cookies, all of that stuff. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.